Hey guys, welcome back. So this is the long-awaited walkthrough video that I promised. I've been taking your feedback and some of the things I've changed. Um, I just got back from a big talk with one of like the most recent and largest contributors so far, which is Mars. He gave me a little lecture now when I sent him this stuff, my designs. Taught me a lot. I'm a self-taught guy, so some of these things I don't know. I just run through them like it's like, I don't know, like rugby. Up the Bokas. So he taught me a lot about typography, colors, and stuff like that, like eye strain and stuff. I'll explain as time goes on. Some of them, like what I'll do, and then I also took feedback from some of you. I'll send shout outs. Um, I'll put them on screen. Yeah, I'll put them on screen, and then yeah. So let's go. So this is what I did just before I showed the video that I sent earlier, uh, where I displayed the app and the music playing. If you haven't watched the video, go and watch it. But if you have, thanks for the support. So let's take it right at the beginning. Okay, so this is the welcome screen. As you can see, I've changed. I put the gradient. I've been playing around with gradients, and knowing myself, I like to, I like to go overboard when I learn something or when I want to try something out. Before I played around with gradients. I was playing around with the drop shadow features and background blurs and stuff like that. So they were all over my designs, all over. Just it was terrible. But I had to get it out of my system so that I can start, removing and learning what is visually appealing and what's necessary. So I did the same with the gradients. I'm gonna remove them again, some of them, most of them, just for the whole learning thing. And also after I had the talk with Mars, I learned some stuff like are not really necessary. In fact, they might even be hurting my designs. Anyway, let's go into it. So if you watch the older videos, you've seen this before. These are the marketing materials that the user goes through to get to the screen, and then you can get started. Uh, as you can see, I've changed some of the colors, and then also watch carefully what I click so that when I send you the link, like some of you have been requesting the link so that you can play around with it. When I send you the link so that you can know what screen you are on and stuff like that, because I didn't design the screen for every single feature because one is time consuming and tiring, and two, some of it is just too repetitive and is redundant work. As long as I can show it off, I think I'm fine. I don't need to show a screen for every single thing because it will be done in the app when everything is done. So this is just the prototype. It's not the real app. So it's not all the content is not real. It's not like user generated and stuff like that. This is just to show you how things should look, how it can look like. So here we are. I might keep the color simpler. One thing I learned from Mouse is that some of these things, the colors here, um, they could strain my users. So if you can see, I'm going to show. You're gonna see the changes go on after you play around. Once I send you the link. So if you ask, I send to you. Anyone, I'll even include it in the description so that you can just use it. But you'll see a whole visual change with this. So anyway, so I created a screen for a freelancer, a regular user as a freelancer. So we can log in. You can also continue with Google, stuff like that. So for all of you grades out here, if you see this bottom part here, the dock, I've been having a problem. I'm still learning smart objects. So what I wanted to do is that I wanted to minimize as someone scrolls down, but then pop back up as they go back up. All right. So I just showed this animation to show it, but I don't know how to do it so that it can be consistent throughout the whole app experience. I might even leave it as a problem for the developer. So yeah. So these are the screens. This is the dock. So these are the jobs. These are proposals. These are messages. These are notifications. And this is the profile. We'll go deeper into all of these. This is just for demonstration purposes and stuff like that. So yeah. So at the top here of the navigation, we have my feed. The feed is anything. It's just the random stuff brought together for you just to see. And then the best matches is as time goes on, the algorithm of the app will tend to know what kind of jobs you're looking for, depending on the hashtags that will show up. I'll show you what hashtags I mean. That will show up on a job, and then those will inform it on what kind of work you are looking for. So as you search and anything that you do, will be constantly learning from you, so that we can give you the kind of stuff, the kind of work you are looking for. It will also depend on the user base. If the user base is large enough, there'll be a lot of jobs. You'll have anything to do, a lot of stuff to do. So yeah. And then most recent is just random as well, but this time it's ordered in terms of time, right? It's the whole UI experience generally is ordered in terms of time, but this one is more to the exact second, so it refreshes quicker than the others, right? Yeah. All right. Um, Before we got there, let's get to the search part. So in the search part, you can do this right here. If you saw the old video, this background was in white. I played around with the gradient. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, I made it white. I'll fix it. It will get better. So we'll get there. Uh, so yeah, so this is it. Yeah, some of these they have been clicked already. So if you are done with, if you feel like nah, you don't really want to search that much, you can just clear and it'll take you back here. But if you want to do a thorough search here, the stuff you can look through. As I get better with smart objects, I can show you that this will change as you move from under $50 an hour to around $500 an hour plus. If you are making that kind of money, wow, there should be some sort of a small circle going through and changing the value as you move on. Okay, so yeah, once someone has got through here, this will also be part of the search criteria. So it's newest, it's number of hires, and it's the number of proposals sent, for competition purposes. So you can apply the search result, search filters, and then you get the search result. Then this is what it is. And then yeah, this is the counter. So over here, I'll make it bigger. I realize it's kind of small. So over here, and I'll also change the color to red. One of the major feedback I've been getting is that my notifications should be red. So before these were yellow. So just like this, so everything needs to be red. Everything needs to be a bit bigger for people to see. I think this is fine, but this is not really that clear. So we'll get there. But this is it. This is it. After you apply your search criteria, all right. Then you can just, if you want to remove one, you can just do this, and then it will also change, right? You can also type something here. I made this to populate. This is not a real keyboard. I just made it to show how to work. So yeah, then you type UI UX in here, something like that. Then when it's done, you can just search. Then this is what will show up. And then over here, you can just clear everything. You see? So these are the jobs. Let's get to the jobs now. The job tiles. Over here, you can basically just remove it if it's and you can also flag it if it's inappropriate. Like if you know this is a scam, someone has been scamming people with this type of stuff, you just click that thing. It will remove from you, and then it will also send it back to us for review so that you can see if this is really like inappropriate, right? And then yeah, if you like the content like this, you want to apply for it later, you can just click here. Oh yeah, so you can just click here and then it'll show up at the top there, right? You can also just remove if you're not interested anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you something. You go into the job, you do, and then you apply it. Well, you can check it here. It'll show up here. Sorry, it'll show up here, and then you click anywhere outside these borders just to remove. The job itself. Before we get there, there'll be featured jobs. These are the specific key points about the job cards. So this is the length of the project. This is the budget, how much the person is looking to spend, right? Verified payment. If this $2,000, if it says verified payment, it means the money is with us just for security reasons, right? That will mean that it's a safer job to take because the person, there'll be a waiting period for them to return their money back to the account, like maybe a day or so, just so you can just check if they haven't scammed you or anything like that. Because there will always be bad actors in every platform, any way possible. So it could be hackers, anything. So yeah, this is just to protect you. And then this is the 10 plus K spend. This shows how much they've spent so far on the platform. So yeah, featured job. This job, it means someone has paid to advertise this thing. So the featured jobs, they will always show up. They might not be the first thing showing up at the top here, but they will show up on the first screen because it's a featured job, stuff like that. I actually didn't do that of the others, but as you can see, there's another featured job here. But let's forget about that for now. Okay, and then let's go into the job. So it will be an ongoing project. These are the number of connects. Every month you'll get connects. Maybe ballpark number. Let's say you'll get about 30 connects a month. This is just to protect the person who's advertising the job from being spammed with too many applications, right? So there has to be some sort of thing that mitigates people from go lapisa batho ka di-application, you know. So yeah, that thing is there, and then yeah, this is the information they put here. These are the keywords I was talking about that will inform the search engine on the kind of stuff you are looking, the kind of jobs you're looking for. The more jobs you apply for and stuff like that with these kinds of the keywords, the more to the point your feed will be, like the more specifically tailored your feed will be to you. Yeah. So this is the information about the client. You can click here to get the information about the client history, and you can flag them as inappropriate. Like if this, you can flag this thing here. If this is bad, you can flag it, or also you can flag the client for being a scammer, something like that. This is the history. This is the stars. You can also review clients after the job is done. You could work and get a 5-star review, but you know that the client was making you go through hell. So to protect other users, you can do that as well. And then on this job, you can also see here, some people will get invitations to get interviewed, right? Because the client look for them, they're like, I like this guy. Let me invite him to come and check my stuff, to come and check this and apply for it. Or here you can also see like the amount of people that have actually seen this and have applied for it, which is about 5 to 10. It could be 7, it could be 8, it could be 9, it could be 10, right? And then these are the invitations sent. So they sent to about 15 people to come and apply, and 4 of them haven't answered the reply. So if you add this up, this is about 10, right? 15 minus 10, that means 5 of them rejected the invitation. We don't show this here just because, reduce negativity, just to reduce negativity. So you can apply. So this is how it will look. When you click here, it will take you back to the job. And then this is the information about it. You can apply by milestone or by project, right? Milestone means that you are basically saying, let's say the job says I need to get me 100 Instagram followers, right? You can just say by milestone, and the person is saying $100. You can just say for each 10 people that I get you give me $10. So basically, you just write here 10 followers, then you just write 10 pula, you know, just so you get paid per milestone that you reach until you get to the overall number, right? If you say by project, it just means at the end of the project, sort of at the end of the project, you get paid. So this will show you how much you are going to earn. You can bid $50 and then we get about 10%. Then it's 45. 10% is actually modest. If you've seen what Upwork charges, you'll understand. So yeah, it is. And then this part here, you can also send attachments. This is and you can write how long it will probably take for that and stuff like that. Also, if you notice something here, you see here send for 6 connects. When it's green, it means you can apply, right? So if you set by milestone, you actually have to describe the milestone first before you can apply, because I guess it's self-explanatory. So okay, let's talk about this now. Now this feature, remember that I said you'll get about a ballpark number of about 30 connects a month, right? You can use those connects if you really feel like this job is worth it. The pay is good, the work is good. You can pay to have your application show above everyone else's, like show before everyone else. So what you do is just write here the number of connects. You send a bit, right? You set a bit number. If it's six, and that will put you at first place if you are the only person who've done it, and then the other person will probably be five. This will be four. This will be two. Stuff like that, right? And then if someone outbids you, let's say uh, the other people say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that will automatically mean you are no longer on this board here. So you will get your connects to be reimbursed. We'll send you a notification to show you that um, you've been outbid. So you can come back and make another bid to make it show up. And then yeah. And then I think it's you'll get it. Some of the information is here. So yeah. Also, if you are having trouble clicking some of these things, this shows you what's clickable, right? So if you're on any screen and you don't know what's going on, you just click here just to take you somewhere familiar. Okay? Because I didn't make screens for this like I showed before. So yeah, then you send an application. That's done. Then it will populate on your proposals. Also, what you see here, I think I put a gradient on this as well before. Yeah. But anyway, this is how it's supposed to look. It's going to have a yellow-ish border just to show that this is something you've applied for, so that you don't have to waste time and stuff like that applying for it. You can open it and see how it will be. It's going to be yellowish. No, it's not showing up. Probably on the wrong screen. Anyway, so let's go to the proposals. So here, submitted proposals, right? And then these are the active proposals. Active proposals means the ones that you've applied for something for a job, right? And you are currently still working on it. You haven't got paid, it's not closed and stuff like that, right? These are the invitations for an interview, these are your offers. And these, yeah. Anyway, let's just click here. Sorry, let me just this should be clickable. What's going on? Okay, this is not showing up. I don't know what's going on, but it should show up. Like probably something to do with my mouse or something. But this is how it should look. Let me show you in the UI. It's cleaner now, huh? If you saw the old one, it's just a bunch of unused tabs and stuff like that. But I'll show you some of the stuff. So yeah, this is where we were, right? I don't know why it didn't show up. Let me see something. Yeah, everything is fine here. What's going on? Okay, but basically, once we click the invitations to interview, this will be what shows up. Let me increase the right. And then you can just choose here whether you want to accept or reject, or you want to view it. You can click here to see the job card. It will take you to the job card itself, and you see everything else about it. And if you accept, then it will show up here. If you've rejected, it will show up here. It will delete itself and then show up there. And when you click, that's where you'll see it. Going back, let's go to the messages now. Not if this is a system issue. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a system issue. I'm running on 4 gigs of RAM, which is not ideal, so I guess that's what's going on. So yeah, this is it. These are the messages that you've received and stuff like that. You can these are the new one. This is the new one, right? So as you can see, it will show up here, and then you can view the personal information here. You can flag them as inappropriate. You can check more info. You can video call them. You can just type from here or go inside to type, right? Then you click anywhere outside here to remove. And these are the notifications. Basically, when you click it, it will take you to the. If it has a link, it will show you, right. So here, these are the links where you can click and check the ones in green. Then you can just remove if you want. That's basically it for notifications. And then on the tab, as you can see, this thing changes. Huh? Let me show you again. You see, like this wasn't showing up. You get here, this is what happens. I thought it was cool. It's probably too much. I'm going to have to change the dock and make it more simple eventually. But for visual purposes, I think this is fine. Now, one thing I learned when I was talking to Maz, he showed me a little something I took to heart. So, to me, this looks visually appealing, right? But there's something called eye fatigue. So when you look at something for too long, eventually makes you sick. Like if you've ever used the computer for way too long or worked too long on a project and you're completely focused on it, you'll know what I mean. There'll be a point where you're just too tired. You can't bear to look at it anymore. So I think I should use less aggressive coloring and stuff like that just to make it better. So, but this is it. This is how it looks. It's different from the one I showed in the video. I might make another video just to show this one again, depending if I think you guys will watch it. And then, but this is it. Uh, this doc, the profile for this thing is a bit, it's a bit complex. So some of these stuff are still in my mind. I haven't visualized them how they are going to look like. So I haven't made the screens for them yet, but I'm going to work on this one. Definitely want to work on this one because this will be the bread and butter for the freelancer, right? I think as I work on other screens, these things will slowly come to me, and then I'll show my finished product when I'm done. But yeah, and then this is it. This is the person's information. This is me. This information is definitely not true. I don't have 12 years experience in nothing, so I don't know. 96% job. This is just an example, right? And these are the you can tailor your profile for the kind of clients you want to attract. So if you want a client that wants someone that does product design, you can make one that is tailored for that. If you applied for job for product design and got the reviews and stuff like, you can send using that profile. If you've done for mobile UX design, you can send using that profile. They don't have to see all the other stuff, you know. Like you made a logo for somebody or you tested somebody's product. Doesn't matter. You can, target more accurately because you are marketing yourself. The money is at the top. How much we have? Um, these over here, these badges, there'll be different kind of badges. I'm still making a tier list, but they signal something about you, like the level of experience, your value, like you increase your value to the platform and to the client with these badges. They come with perks. There'll be discounts. There'll be features, and we'll work on it. If you have ideas, you can also pass them around. I take feedback. Yeah, so this is the total earnings so far, dream number. This is how much the person charges per month, or per hour, also a dream number. Um, these are the number of hours worked. So you can multiply. This is not exact. Like this is not exact. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can multiply this by this, and then you get how much they paid. But it should, yeah, it should be somewhere there. Okay, and then these are the number of jobs they've worked on. You can click or they'll be clickable, so you can see them each by each. Well, you can just check that history here. Just yeah, this thing will change as I get better with smart objects, right? Then yeah, these are the verifications of the languages that they speak. I don't know how we'll verify this, but we'll get the yeah. Now the cell number is verified, and then also this shows that we have your ID will be verified. Like we have this person's mind. So if someone wants to take you to court or stuff like that, or wants to know that this is not a fake account and stuff, that's how they can know. You know, for the first users, this will be mandatory because we want to minimize the risk of things going wrong as much as possible at the start. Obviously, things will go wrong, but we'll try our best to minimize. And then you can just choose to log out. I'm still working on the design to show this. It should be able one key feature. This thing should be able to swap in between a freelancer and your account as a client, so that you can also hire other people to work for you. I also wanted to be able to work as like you can start an agency and get other freelancers to work under you within the platform. Yeah. A suggestion from us was that I mentioned this guy a lot, huh? A suggestion from Mars is that you should check his stuff out. He said that you can just I should just create a tab where you can just ask for help. Like if you got a job to do, you can just ask for help, and then whoever shows up, you'll decide how much you pay each other. If you're not paying each other, just like that for some collaborative stuff, and then you can do some timelines and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll get there, and then you can just log out. It will take you back here. Okay, so let's go back here now. I don't know if this is my net, but I definitely believe it's the system. Okay, so these tiles, as you can see, this is way better than what I did before, right? Like at the first walkthrough video I made for this, I want to show you. I had messed before when I did this, I had messed up the proportions, right? I was actually crying. Okay, I wasn't actually crying, but I was crying on the inside, you know, stuff like that. This is how it looked before, these kinds of stuff, right? So I had messed up the proportions on this, and it was cataclysmic. It is basically designed to show up on an iPhone 15 Pro screen, uh, or 14 Pro screen. They're the same screen size, right? But when I prototyped them, the proportions were messed up. And I didn't use auto layout, so some of these stuff, so all of them actually, I had to start from the beginning, make fresh frames, start and you know populate everything. This is how they looked afterwards. But if you saw the video, it didn't look like this because it's better on your phone when you look at it on your phone. But when you start looking at it from the exact screen on your PC, this is what's gonna happen. So as you can see, it was a mess. It was just a mess. So considering all the work I put in, it was kind of depressing. So I had to take a break for it and then re-energize myself and redo it. But I did it, thankfully. So this is how it looked. And these are the avatars. This was the first avatar before I changed that and used these guys instead. This is the button I was working on. It's not perfect, so I need to come up with something better to swap in between profiles from freelancer to client. And then yeah, this is it. So I've been taking your feedback, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, let me just show you like what progress looks like. So I designed this when I did it on Canva. This is what I did before when I was just trying to figure out what I want to do. As you can see, it is terrible. It is very terrible. But at least I think on the color part, I think I wasn't too off as compared to what I've been doing on these ones. I don't know. It's my it's still bad. This is terrible. This is very terrible. So if you got here, this is something for you to laugh at. This is how it first looked like. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Until next time.